Jay Bills from Media Spotlight UK, reunited with Gabriel Silva in the building. It's only been like a month and a bit since I've seen you last. And what a transition. Like, you know, with all due respect to Ben Davis, like first round knockout, this time OJ Rosé. I mean, what were the feelings when you got proposed OJ Rosé? Like, how were you feeling then?
I was like, at least, finally, you guys at least gave me somebody that could maybe fight a little bit, you know. So it's like I feel like Ben was a little too green. OJ is still green, not gonna lie, but at least he has a little bit of skills, you know. He has this little dog in him, but still lack a lot of skills at the end of the day. And you know, this is a better fight at least, yeah.
So what did you make of OJ Rose's fight with Callum Izar? Because obviously third round TKO to Callum. TKO given to Callum. Like, how did you see his performance?
Well, Callum was depleted. He had no energy left in him. So, I mean, if Callum does some good conditioning and they would probably rematch, we'll probably see a different outcome on that fight, to be honest. Even on a Slice Jr. fight, I felt like that was an early stoppage. Yeah. He was still dogging with his hands up, blocking most of the shots. You know, he was still in the fight. So I feel like that was an early stoppage if you're asking me personally. But I don't know. I feel like he has a lot to prove still.
Yeah. Because, I mean, obviously, like, you know, we've talked about it before, like coming from like an MMA and a boxing background. Obviously, we know about your father, Anderson Silva. Yeah. Like, you know, for each fight, like, do you change your strategy depending on like, who the fighter is, or do you go for all odds depending on like no matter who it is that you're fighting? Like, how do you prepare yourself in any situation?
It depends. If it's somebody that it's like, yeah, actually, I mean, it depends on the fighter. To be honest, it depends on the fighter. I mean, when it's guys like this, like Ben, you know, like OJ, there's not really much that we can study because it's not like they have a lot of skills, a lot of boxing IQ to make us go in the gym. It's like, oh, you got to watch out for this, you got to watch out for that. I mean, all they do is stay square and spam overhands and big shots. And, you know, that's easy work for us in the gym. So, yeah, we're just, you know, training our skills, just how to stay sharp, how to stay reactive, and that's how we go by it.
We saw like your recent footage in the outside. It looked like it was pretty cold out there with you and Anderson, your father. So yeah. It looked like you both were in the zone. Do you work on different weather conditions just to like test the pace and be ready for whatever that outcome is?
Bro, the thing about my dad, you know, he's very unorthodox. You know, it's not like Brian. My coach, Brian Valor, is a 4-time champion, 2 different weight classes. Doesn't get no better than that. Plus, I have my dad. Bro, when it comes to my team is fully decked out. Even my sparring partners, there's no B-side people. It's only prospects. It's only people that's coming up to be the best in what they do. So, Brian, going back to your question, my dad, that day that we're seeing, it was like barely 6 a.m. And he was like, oh, the weather's perfect. Let's go train. I was like, all right, let's go. So we have this thing that it could be at any moment, anywhere. We're in the house playing video games. All of a sudden, like we get bored. All right, let's go train. That could be at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Wow. Never know. So that, like I said, my dad's very unorthodox. My dad has this mental warfare that he likes to put you through difficulties because, you know, when we came up, we had nothing. You know, we had to build ourselves to get to that position we are today. So that's why we carry ourselves a certain way. So, yeah, like I said, you know, that video that I shot, I ain't even had breakfast. I ain't even brushed my teeth.
Wow, you went in.
Yeah, all I did was put my sweatsuit, my hand wraps, started shadowboxing. We did some pad work, and it was a great experience, man. You know, my dad is just like, I appreciate having my dad in my corner. A lot of people is just like, oh, why don't you train with your dad? Why don't you? I get that a lot. Yeah. It's like, guys, not everything's for Instagram. Not everything's for Instagram. I train with my dad, bro. In a whole month training camp, majority of my training I do with my dad. I just don't get to post it because I'm very peculiar. I'm not like my brother. My brother's really good with the editing stuff and Instagram stuff, so he makes it look good. Me, if I look a certain way, I show him my dad. He's like, yeah, nah, we scrap it out. So I don't really post. I'm very against training footage. Sparring footage is a no-no. Just respect for my training partners and stuff like that. And yeah, man, it's like I train with my dad all the time. So for you guys to say, oh, your dad doesn't love you, bro, Twitter going crazy. It's like, oh, why don't you train with your dad? Your dad doesn't like you or whatever, bro. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Doesn't matter. Like you got the best. You got the best to support you anyway in all this field. So you know,
it's insane. I got hundreds and hundreds of hours of training footage with that man on my phone. So if y'all want to come for me, so be it.
Well, I mean, the last time we spoke, you said that you wanted to fight King Kenny as a potential. Now it might seem that the tables are turned a bit because obviously you would have seen Kenny's fight with AT, and I see you're scratching your face. I mean, you know, obviously AT is now the light heavyweight champion, and obviously whoever wins between you two will get a shot at AT. I mean, what did you make of AT's performance against Kenny, and how would you combat that if you got in the ring with AT?
Well, I told AT he tried. It was funny because he was in the back. He tried to hug me, and I moved out of the way so fast and threw an uppercut. He was like, "Oh," and I could see it in his eyes. He got a little spooked. I was like, "Yep, that's what's coming for you." I was like, "It doesn't work against me, bro. He's an MMA fighter. I train with multiple MMA world champions. I train with Alex Pereira, bro. Like when it comes to the MMA world, I done it all. Like I train with guys that Hall of Famers. You know, being with my dad, I've been on most of my dad's training camps, so I got to have all of that experience. So when it comes to MMA, bro, I got that on the bag. So even with kickboxing, I became a Muay Thai champion. I was a champion in kickboxing. So when it comes to clinch work and all of that hugging, I do that every day. So I feel like that type of game plan won't work against me. So now it's going to force him in a position that he's going to have to fight. And then what happens then? Because we know he doesn't like to fight. So, you know.
Well, I mean, that's saying it from you yourself. And I spoke to OJ Rosé earlier, and you know, in so many words, he said that you would be an easy fight. I mean, how do you respond to that?
We'll see. We'll see. If he thinks it's an easy fight, he's in a bit of trouble. A lot bit.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are saying they're anticipating this fight to potentially be fighting tonight. So how are you looking to bring it for fight night? What can we expect as far as how both energies will be in the ring? Obviously, being a lot different compared to you and Ben Davis.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it definitely has the potential to be fight of the night. Maybe I get another knockout of the night. Never know, you know. So hopefully, that'd be good.
All right, then. Well, I know there's going to be some intensity between the two this week, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes, and I'm looking forward to the fight. I really am looking forward to this fight, honestly.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right,
man.
brother.
Stay tuned in, guys. It's going to be a good one. Don't miss it.
Cheers.